Hey everybody, ModelMan here, and you can see there's probably a bit more fiber going on. I've done all of the 1mm that I need to, and I started yesterday with 50 strands of 0.5mm, 0.5, and I did this panel here and as much of the bottom there as I could with a few spares. And the idea was that I would take all of the 1mm here, funnel that into all the brass tube channels it needs to keep under control, because right now you can see it's a bit unruly. Additionally, each fiber has to be white glued into place from the back, flush with the front, so I don't have to worry about that. And there are a few other factors that I gotta worry about here. So after doing the first 50, I realized that if I put the tubes down on the floor I wouldn't be able to thread through there, and as I was doing this I realized, you know what, I might as well put the tubes there. If I can't drill through a particular hole, then I can't drill through a particular hole, and having the aluminum tube, this guy here, will protect the fiber optics from any random stray drill points that should happen coming up. Out of all this fiber optic here, I did damage one strand over here. It actually, there it is. So this guy burst loose, so it just needs to be rebloomed and passed through whatever hole that it came through there. I'm sure it'll be obvious when I get to it. The neck is fibered up down there, and right now what I'm looking at doing is cutting up this aluminum tube. I got it marked out at 15 pieces at 1.5 inches each. 7/16 happens to be perfect to be able to insert a 10mm LED and then have the flange at the bottom rest against the surface of the aluminum. So that happened to be a great coincidence. These are going to fit nicely. And as you can see, there's going to be plenty of room. Here, let's go to an actual 1.5 inch. So you can see there's going to be plenty of room for the fiber optics afterwards. I don't know, maybe 2 inches would be better, because that's a pretty convincing amount of space going up to that black line there. And mainly that's to help keep control of all this fiber optics. If it's coming in from a strange angle, it's going to want to bend a particular way, and if it doesn't have a lot of aluminum tube to help control it, then the issue becomes that it's going to snap out real easy. So I'm going to cut some of these up. Maybe I'll do a few 2 inchers instead of just 1.5. We'll see. And I'm going to start gluing some of them into place. All of the LEDs are going to ring around here, fanning out. That way the model can be flipped over and the LEDs can be accessed, but once the fiber's in place you don't really need to access those, so all the rest of the model can be sealed up fully. So yeah, it's a lot of dangerous stuff I'm about to do. As far as getting in close to the fiber optics, accidentally snapping them, burning them, breaking them, gluing them, any sort of thing can happen to them. And one thing I always tell myself that I'll do the next time I do fiber optics is I'll spray paint them black. The main purpose of that is to cut down any glowing that's going on, thus causing stray light. Essentially, if you had a red bundle of fibers here and a green bundle of fibers there and a white bundle here, this green and that red would get into that white essentially. Not a lot, a few photons here and there, but it is a form of pollution that will cross-contaminate and can be controlled with simple enamel paint. The other side to spray painting these with enamel paint is that if you get super glue on them, it's not going to fry the fiber optic. The enamel protects them from the burning effect of the super glue. Put a drop of super glue on here and it'll eat right through it in a few minutes at most. Fiber optics can survive a minor, tiny amount of super glue, but even a single drop is enough to completely burn through that entire bundle right there essentially. So you gotta be careful with that. That's a little more under control. I'm going to leave the 5mm to the side for now, and these guys I'm going to bridge directly over. I don't want to waste the length going across or going around. And these guys can likely bundle straight into there, it looks like. And all of these guys hiding over here going into the floor will probably plug straight. Well, they may be so close to the LEDs that they have to go around to a further LED just to make the angles work. We'll see how that happens. So yeah, it looks like I can undo this. Take out that broken one, which really just snapped at the end, is all. And it looks like I could use a third